and welcome back to my little creative corner on the internet. For those of you who don't know, my name is Christine, or Loveaholic. I am a self-taught traditional and digital artist, and on this channel I like to share my love of art, the creative process, and just the small joys of my daily life. And today I wanted to show you a sketching process for something that I started 2 years ago on a little notepad or scrap paper. And this is just a little pencil sketch that I made that I wanted to post on my journal, and then I just roughly watercolored it. And then I kind of realized I wanted to put it on a bigger canvas and just expand it a little bit more. But at the time, I felt like I didn't really feel equipped with the skills to basically have something that I wanted to have in mind, if that makes any sense. So I put it off naturally. And I think I feel a little more confident to just experiment and just go for it. And I think one of the things I've learned during this process is, at least as my journey as an artist, is that the fun of drawing is learning as you go, which seems kind of daunting just because, as artists and creatives, and I don't know, people like me, we just want to be good at the start and be perfect, basically, and just be afraid to mess up. But I'm slowly learning that the fun of the creative process is to just learn along the way. You learn and research new things. You learn how to draw certain things you've been wanting to draw, and then naturally you just get good, and it's in your mental archive and something that you can use for future projects too. So I'm learning to really enjoy that right now and just enjoy the skills that I have while also seeing where I want to learn. So I'm enjoying that a lot right now. So I'm gonna be watching this little process here while I chat with you guys. So grab a drink, grab a blanket, grab your homework, do your laundry, do whatever you need to do, and let's just hang out together. And here I had a really hard time trying to get the face right and trying to get everything right. This piece was actually very hard for me since the reference that I have was my sketch of another reference. So I thought it was a good idea just to base it off of my own drawing reference. But I realized how much I kind of struggled with the anatomy just a little bit, because I feel like I was trying to decipher what old me was trying to draw with the new knowledge that I have now. So it was a lot of trial and error. I bounced back and forth between erasing a bunch of versions of eyes and a bunch of versions of hair and a bunch of versions of noses and mouths to be at the right perspective. And in the past, I think I would have been really, really frustrated about that, because I felt like it would show how much of a lack of skill I have. But I think in that moment, after tweaking it kind of made me realize just how much I've grown, since I can tell that something is off. It's not in the right perspective, and I'm fixing it. And in the end, I feel like I was able to solve it and I was able to fix it, which is something I was never able to do before. I would just give up. So this is a really great progress for me. It feels really great to feel like that, especially since a lot of the creative process is just, being frustrated and at the lack of what you have. But I think it's important to just focus on what you can do and just have fun with that. And I think part of how I would do that is to stop comparing myself more to a lot of people. I've been doom scrolling a lot on Instagram and social media in general, and I would get so discouraged, and I kind of get in my head a lot about how I should be coloring, how I should be approaching lighting, and all these technical things that just I'm not exactly advanced yet. And it just daunts me and overwhelms me, and it just stunts my creativity and the things I love about how I draw, like my hair. And I love that I have a sketchy quality to my line art as opposed to a perfect line art or that really soft oil painting look. I like line art, and to each their own. I feel like people really, that's why I love art too, is because it can just be anything and whatever calls to whoever, if that makes any sense. And I'm learning to love my own style and how it grows from the way I'm learning and the way I'm drawing and the way I'm enjoying the medium and seeing if it looks good and just improving my taste by just not exactly going on Instagram for inspiration or social media for inspiration, but just looking at artists and my artists' work, and especially the art on the wall. It helps a lot. So I really, really like how it turned out. I did a lot of changes to it. I redid a lot of everything. So this was actually a very hard piece to work on for me. It was a struggle since nothing came out the way that I wanted it to, but I pushed through, and I'm so glad I pushed through. And I made a little bit of changes, and I hope that she has a little bit more character than the previous one that I made. And I think I'm going to color this digitally, actually. That's going to be my first time digitally coloring something. So that's my next video. I will show you my digital coloring process for that, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's okay. I've been really loving digital coloring lately, so I hope that it translates well with my traditional sketch. I know a lot of artists, at least one of my favorite artists, techniques are to draw traditionally and color digitally, and I think it looks amazing, and I love the versatility of coloring digitally. So anyway, all in all, I am very, very excited about that. So thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Happy creating!